You know, the GOAT conversation comes up all the time, even during the playoffs. Who's the greatest, MJ or LeBron? Others are not even talked about, but also deserving to be at least included in the conversation, yet they're not. You've heard it. I've heard it. Now Reggie Miller said what a lot of people have been scared to say out loud, and I don't know why the heck they're scared. What Reggie said was this: LeBron has had the greatest career. I can't disagree with that. But Michael Jordan is the best basketball player ever. I can't disagree with that either. Let me show you that video where he talks with Stephen Jackson and shares his thoughts real quick. But first, welcome. My name is Paul, and this is the Basketball Show, where I talk today's NBA, current events, news, players, and more. All completely unbiased, even though some people disagree, because any opposing opinion to weak people is always hated. Truth is truth, and I try to stay by it.
And you know, you hear it all the time. Who's the GOAT? Who's the greatest? And all that between, him and LeBron. And I try to stay away from that because I went against LeBron his first year. He was a rookie. My last year. So I don't have no point of reference. But I will say LeBron has the greatest career.
I say that all the time.
He has the greatest career.
Right.
But Mike is the best
Basketball player ever.
Let that sit for a second. That's not a random fan on Twitter. That's Reggie Miller, a Hall of Famer, a guy who played against MJ and witnessed that killer instinct up close. And when someone like Reggie says it, someone with nothing to gain and no bias to push, you better believe it, because it carries weight. Let's talk about this, because too many people have forgotten just how different Michael Jordan really was. And the ones that didn't forget, they never watched it or actually took the time to get some education. In the clip, Reggie was clear. LeBron has had the greatest career. But he followed that up by saying Mike is the best basketball player ever. Stephen Jackson immediately agreed. He played against LeBron James at his peak. And they both made a great point. Longevity is impressive, no question. What LeBron's doing at his age is wild for everybody. There are a couple different stories why this is possible, but I'm not going to get into that. But we all know what I'm talking about. There's a big difference between having the longest resume and being the best basketball player ever. You can rack up 20 or more years of numbers. That doesn't make you better than a guy who was more dominant in much less time. Jordan didn't play forever, but what he did in the time he was on the court, no one has done like that since. Jordan didn't just win, he dominated. Let's just run the basics real quick, just the basics. 6 NBA Finals appearances, 6 NBA championships, 6 Finals MVPs, never lost in the finals when he got to them. Never even let a finals series go to 7 games. He didn't just win, he crushed the competition. LeBron, he's 4-6 in the finals, and yes, he's had a long career and tons of final appearances. But more appearances with more losses doesn't make you greater. That's like saying the guy who lost 5 marathons and was second is better than the guy who won 3 in a row. Jordan wasn't just winning. He was clowning the league. He was undefeated in the biggest moments, and that's what separates greatness from career longevity. Here is what LeBron doesn't have. Reggie Miller didn't say this directly, but let's be real. That killer instinct, that's the difference. Jordan wanted to destroy you. He wasn't passing the ball with 10 seconds left and the game on the line, unless you were wide open. He wasn't flailing his arms or blaming teammates or whatever on missed rotations. He wasn't begging referees for calls on his knees. Jordan held everyone accountable, including himself. He didn't pout. He didn't coast through possessions. He demanded excellence every minute, every quarter, every series, every practice, every single minute of every game. LeBron, let's just be honest. Nobody can dispute this. He takes plays off. He gets passive late in games. He flops. I hope everybody saw the video from a couple of days ago where he has his face covered and then he just looks up if the camera and the referees are still looking at him. It's ridiculous, embarrassing. He blames teammates. And he's had moments in the finals where he straight up quit. And you know what? His own teammates said he quit. Do you ever see MJ quit? Never. Now let's look at LeBron's career versus MJ's peak. Here's the thing. LeBron played longer. He's put up more counting stats. But if you compare peak Jordan versus peak LeBron, not even close. From 87 to 93, Jordan averaged over 33 points a game. On 51% shooting, with steals, rebounds, assists, and insane defense. Oh, and he was winning at the highest level while doing it. LeBron has had some elite runs, but he's also had full playoff series where he just disappeared. Remember 2011 against the Mavs? Jordan never had a meltdown like that. Not once, not even close. MJ never ran from a challenge. LeBron fans love to say he never had help in Cleveland. And yeah, maybe the Cavs weren't stacked, but they were one of the best defensive teams those years. And that's not only thanks to LeBron. Giannis stayed and won in a small market. Nowitzki won. Wade won with an old and tired Shaq in his third NBA season, damn it. Jordan was the same. He didn't leave Chicago when he couldn't pass the Pistons. He stayed, he worked, he battled. He got stronger, smarter, meaner, and eventually he crushed the same team that used to bully him. And don't give me the crap that the Pistons were old. The main player's average age was 29 years old. 29! LeBron, first sign of trouble, he teamed up with Wade and Bosh in Miami. Then he left again. And you know what he did after that? He left again, and then again. MJ built a dynasty. LeBron chased one. Reggie was right. The old heads know. You know what else Reggie said? He mentioned that old heads like him don't hate on LeBron because he's bad. They hate on how people ignore how good MJ was. They watched MJ play both sides of the ball, talk trash, back it up, and walk away with a trophy. They watched him destroy the league without begging other stars to join him. They know what greatness looks like. It's not about being popular on Instagram. It's about stepping on the court and everybody in the building knowing you're the baddest mother out there. That was Jordan. And it still is. Crazy. This isn't hate. It's truth. Let's get one thing straight. Michael Jordan is better than LeBron it's not hate. It's not disrespect. It's not living in the past. It's just facts. More dominant at his peak, undefeated when it counted, never folded, never ran, never let the finals become a question mark. And don't give me the crap MJ ran twice. He did not. One time he retired because of his father's death and his wish for him to play baseball. So he went, he played baseball, and he still needed to play basketball, so he came back and got another three-peat. LeBron couldn't even get one freaking three-peat. And until someone matches the level, not just the years, not just the stats, the level that MJ hit, he's the GOAT. And not just some mythical GOAT in a casual sense. I mean it literally. The greatest basketball player to ever live. So shout out to Reggie Miller for saying what needed to be said. The LeBron, greatest career, fine. I can live with that. Longevity, fine. Not a problem. Of course, there are a lot of question marks next to it, as I said before, but it is what it is for now. Greatest career is staying healthy, total stats, and all that. But that's not being the GOAT. If it comes with so many finals losses that can count for full NBA player careers. But Michael Jordan, greatest basketball player ever. And there's a period at the end of that sentence. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you agree with Reggie? Do you agree with me? Or do you think LeBron's career is more impressive than Jordan's dominance? Hit like, subscribe, and if you support the grind, consider becoming a channel member. This is The Basketball Show. I'm Paul, and I'll catch you in the next one.